We're looking at the NECA Friday the 13th Part 7, The New Blood, Ultimate Jason Voorhees today. So we're back at it again, looking at some more Jasons, and this is the Part 7 one. Before we did the Part 3, I might get some comparisons in later, but yeah, the main focus is going to be this guy. Yeah, Part 7 is probably my favourite look of Jason Voorhees. It's a lot of people's favourite looks. And yeah, got a figure of him, so very excited to unbox and take a look at him. Let's get started. So he's got the artwork of the Friday the 13th Part 7 poster, which is really cool. On the camera it's flipped, but so you probably can't read it. Up here it says Friday the 13th, Jason is back, but this time someone is waiting, which they are referring to Tina with that line. And then you've got the title card down here, picture of Jason with once again title card, same on the top and other side. Bottom tells you about the people who made the figure, so if you're curious about who the director is, who sculpted it, who did the paint, you can all find out down here. And then on the back of the box, got some great pictures of the figure. You've got him with the brush cutters down here, and you got him with the, I'm assuming this is the woodcutter down here. You got him unmasked, him with the mask on, and him with like the kind of roaring head. When his mask splits in part and he's kind of roaring, they've got that up here. And then they've got another read up. There's a curse in these woods, Jason's curse. They say he died as a boy, but keeps coming back. Few who've seen him and lived. Some have tried to stop him, no one can. He's out there, waiting. And then if you do open the front, you see the figure here, and then another great picture of the figure holding, I believe, what is this called, the sickle? Yeah, great accessory, really do like that. I'll talk about that accessory more when we actually unbox the figure. And then something I do find interesting, there always is with the pictures on the box, they show the campfire here, which that does not come with this figure. That comes with the Part 2 Jason, which I do have. That's another figure I can unbox, but that's a video for another day. So let's open this bad boy. Might as well get the, here's the box. Might as well get the, this thing out too. This is like a background, so if you do display the figure, you can have this as like a backdrop, which is really cool. Show you what that looks like a bit more in a bit. Here's the figure and all of this stuff. Check it out. Now, this has been opened before. It's not my first time opening this figure. There he is. So as I was saying, it's not the first time I've opened this guy. I got this figure back in 2022, I believe it was, for my birthday. And I did unbox him, had him on the shelf for a bit, but then when I had to kind of clean my room, get all the dust out, I had to clear all my shelves, and didn't really know what else to do with a lot of my figures, so I repackaged them. A lot of the figures I'm reviewing on this channel have been opened before, and are just going to be me unboxing them for the second time. But don't worry, I've got all the stuff. They're in as good condition as they were when I first opened them, so don't worry about that. But here is Jason out of the packaging, and I gotta say, this is what I'm talking about. This is the really cool design of the character. You got all the tears on his clothes. You can see the exposed bones in his kneecaps there. That's really cool. Got the rib cage exposed at the back. Very detailed figure. You've even got the chain up here. I don't know if you can really see that, but you've got the chain there. That was wrapped around his neck in Part 6. Yeah, very detailed guy. Yeah, that's great. Very cool. Let's take a look at the accessories. I'll leave him there. That's a little bit risky. I'll move the camera back. Then I'll move this guy forward. Then I'll look at the accessories. So still going to take them out of the box here. First things first, because this is what we're going to need to actually display all the weapons in his hands. He does come with some gripping hands here, so he's got a gripping right hand and a gripping left hand. The hands he's already got on, as you can see, are the open hands. So if you do want Jason without his accessories, just kind of like I've got him now, this is how you really have him with his open hands. But if you do want to change them, which I'll do now, I'll demonstrate. Pull them out, as you can see, it's a peg, and they do, yeah, there you go, clicks in very easily there. You can also do the same with the left hand, which I guess I'll put that in when we start getting to the weapons that he needs two hands to hold. But we'll start off simple. It comes with a kitchen knife here. Got a good wooden handle, as you can see. I really do like how they put the screws in the handle as well. It's very nice. And this does fit into his hands very easily. Yeah, okay, that was honestly easier than I even thought it was. I knew it was going to be easy, but no. That's even easier than I even thought it was. There you go. There he is holding the knife. And I'll show you what he looks like this way. So if you do want him holding it the Michael Myers style way, you got that option as well. Very nice. Now you do got to be careful with the accessories because they are definitely very thin and they can break quite easily and they could honestly get lost quite easily as well. Jason also comes with a tent stake. I think that's what this is called. Let me just check. Onto the box here, this is the the tent stake. So when you set up a tent and you put your screws in, this is one of the things that you lodge into the ground. And you can also see got the hooks in it that you tie the string on of the tent on to keep the tent upright. And this is a pretty good accessory. They all are, to be fair. I don't really know why I'm singling this one out above all the others. The grip in his hands is quite big, I'll admit. Okay, yeah, there you go. You can see he's got some blood on there already as well, so you can see, yeah, not already used it. Quite a big accessory once again. And bear in mind, this and the knife are the two smallest accessories, and look how massive they are. Crazy. Jason also, of course, comes with his machete. Now I might as well just take all the stuff out at once because it's going to take too long. That's cool. Definitely look into that. It's a good thing this is my first time opening it because I've already got all the kind of tape and whatnot already off there from previously. Yeah, there you go. Okay, cool. Clear, what is that called? Shell, I guess? Yeah, clear shell. Next up comes with the machete. Quite a clean blade. And okay, this one fits very nicely. It doesn't have as loose of a grip as the tent stake did. I think with the tent stake, it did initially fit into his hands very well, but I guess because of all the times I've kind of swapped out the accessories, and because some of the accessories are very thick, because I've probably had the thicker accessories in his hands, and it's just kind of opened the grip a little bit. But yeah, like the machete, for example, yeah, it's definitely a bit wider of a handle, meaning the hand grip does stretch out a little bit. So then when you do use the thinner accessories, definitely sits in there a little bit looser. But there's the machete. Once again, very nice detail on the handle. And they even painted kind of in the middle. They didn't do that with the knife. You can kind of see where the two blade parts are sandwiched together, if that will just focus. You can see where the two blade parts are sandwiched together. But with the machete here, they actually painted that part, which is great. I do love how they really make the handle very detailed, because you're not even going to see the handle. If you have Jason displayed, you're not even going to see the handle. But yeah, there you go. Comes with an axe as well. Brilliant. Very good axe. And if I do that, that's really cool. That's like the NES game, the Nintendo game for Friday the 13th. The front cover shows Part 7 Jason wielding the axe, just about to lodge it into that blonde girl's head. There you go, there he is with the axe. And there's actually a little bit of blood on there. It's quite hard to see, but you can see some red on there. Some darker, more red sections on the handle. And also a bit on the bottom part of the blade. Next up, I actually kind of forgot about this accessory. This is quite a small one. This is the sickle. Very nice accessory. I don't know if any of you guys have ever played Manhunt, but there's a game by Rockstar called Manhunt, and the sickle is one of my favourite weapons in that game. It is a deadly weapon. I mean, they all are, to be honest. But yeah, definitely having this figure displayed with a sickle does remind me of the my old Manhunt days when I used to obsess over that game, which I still kind of do. I should definitely get back into that. Sorry. But there you go, there he is with the sickle. Just like he is on the box. Very nice. Oh, no, okay, that was a close one, that nearly fell on the floor there. So there's the sickle, looking amazing. Comes with, I think this is the woodcutter, I believe it is. Do correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I believe this is the woodcutter. There you go. I did say earlier about if double wielding accessories, maybe I need the other gripping hand for, but this hand also does work as like a resting hand. And if anything does work probably a bit better, but there he is with the woodcutter, very cool. And that's not even the end of it. We've got the best weapon now, save the best for last, the brush cutter. Now even I need two hands to hold this bad boy. Look at that. That is so cool. Yeah. And the actual head of the actual blade head does move, which is nice. And I believe this I will need two hands for, so let me just swap the resting hand for the gripping hand again. It is very easy to swap out the parts from this figure. I'm very grateful for that. I know with some of the Michael Myers figures, it's an absolute pain, and you always need to use hot water to kind of swap out the parts, or like a hairdryer or something. But this figure, no, you don't need to. Honestly, the hands click off and click back in very easily, which is great. And something else that's great as well, this does not actually seem too hard to put into his hands. There you go. Is that right? No, sorry. That is not correct. Let me just adjust some parts real quickly. So I got to be very careful because there's some small parts on this that I just know for a fact can snap off very easily. I feel if I drop this from the kind of desk I'm using right now, the mask's nearly fallen off there. There you go. There he is with the brush cutter. Ho, ho, ho. Now, I feel, yeah, if you're going to have Part 7 Jason on display, this is definitely one of the weapons. One of the key weapons that you can display him with. I feel, actually, I say that all of the weapons honestly are great in the hands of Jason here, but this one, whew, amazing. And he never actually uses this weapon again in any of the movies, so it is definitely unique to Part 7 Jason. Now, before we get into the alternate head sculpt, we'll look at this one. So as you can see, he's got the very destroyed mask. This is, yeah, one of the most destroyed masks Jason actually wields. You can see it's got the part on the side broken off from the boat propeller, and we can also see it's exposing his teeth. And then you've also got the big axe wound from Part 3. And then if I do demask him, there you go. That is Part 7 Jason right there. And I really do like this, because if you look at his face, it does reflect on all the previous movies, which is great. If you can see on the top of his head, he's got some holes to show the bullet holes that from when he got shot in Part 6. You can also see, yeah, as I said, from the boat propeller, cutting his cheek, exposing his teeth, also from Part 6. From Part 4, you can see this big gash kind of in the side of his head from where the machete went. And then from Part 3, you can see the big gash here from where the axe went. So very detailed head sculpt here. And that's not the end of it, because he comes with another one. That off, comes off really easily. The chain is removable. I don't see why you'd remove it, but if you want Part 7 Jason, or I guess if you're making a custom with this body mold, because I've seen people make Part 9, Part 8 customs using the Part 7 body as a, I guess, as the body that they're using to make the custom. And because it has all of the overlay on clothes, they've got like a plastic body, and then where you can see all the green sections, like his trousers on his torso, that's all an overlay of an existing body mold, which is really cool. And another thing that's great is this head sculpt. This is the second one with the screaming head. If you compare them, you can see he's a lot more pissed off with this head, and he's roaring. And this also comes, he also has a big hole on the back of his head, as you can see there, for the kind of like a peg in the mask. If I do put that on there. Looks as if he's roaring with the kind of mask breaking off, just like in the movie. That is absolutely amazing. That is great. Another great displaying option to have this figure in. Epic. So there you go. That is Part 7 Jason. Very detailed figure. Definitely one of the best, if not the best, Jason coming out. That has come out. And yeah, talking about Jason's coming out, there are actually the Part 8, Part 9 Jason, which I do have on pre-order. So when those do pull up, I think they're coming out in December, maybe October. I'll definitely get those overview. But here's Part 7 Jason. Let me swap back to the other head. And something I forgot to say is he does use a ball joint, the other Jason that I reviewed, which was a bit of an older Jason. That was from Part 3, which came out quite a few years. Actually, no, the actual body mold came out years before this figure, over a decade. But there you go, there's Part 7. And I will do a comparison. There's Part 7 Jason. Here's the Part 3 Jason that I reviewed last time. You can see how much more brutalized this guy is over this guy. You can see the hockey mask is a lot cleaner on this guy. It's a lot more battle damaged on this one. And as I was talking about the axe wound earlier, up here in the mask, that's from part 3. And you can also see the shirt is just a lot more torn up with part 7. And also a lot darker in colour. Same thing with his trousers. His trousers completely go from this blue kind of colour to straight up green. I guess his clothes have stained as he's been locked away in the ocean for all those years. Then you can also see his boots are quite different. He's got kind of regular camping shoes here. He's got like full-on hiking boots on this Jason. He kind of has hiking boots on here as well, actually, I'd say. But yeah, there are definitely different shoes on the part 7 Jason. And then if I do show you the back, once again you do just see how much more damaged part 7 Jason is. He also doesn't have the hunchback part 7 Jason. I mean, it's a bit random me comparing these because these are figures from 4 movies apart. But there you go, just shows how battle damaged Jason gets in those 4 years. And I will show you kind of unmasked the differences as well. How part 7 is the kind of zombie Jason as opposed to part 3. Crazy to think these guys are both the same person. Crazy. There you go. And then also, this is the battle damaged head. You can still see the axe wound in his head on the part 7 one. Very cool. Something else I'll just catch up on before I leave here. Put both of these guys down. I thought some of the accessories might have been reused. Like I thought this axe might have been the same mold as this axe, which this is the part 3 one, this is the part 7 one, but as you can see, although very similar, they are in fact different. The handles are different, and the actual blade is also different. Just shows how much effort NECA puts in their accessories. They honestly could have gotten away with just using the same axe with a different coat of paint, but they really went all out and gave us a whole new mold for axe. Same thing can be said for the machete. I was honestly expecting the machetes to be the same. As you can see, this one's a lot thicker than the part 3 one. And the handle is a bit more square with the part 7 one. Overall a bigger machete with part 7, a bit bulkier. And then if I do show, I guess, the masks. No, they also use a different mask. I thought they might have reused the part 3 mask, but just battle damaged it a lot more to make part 7. Because that's what they did with the part 4 Jason mask. They just took the part 3 one and just painted it a little bit different to make it more damaged. I guess they would also have to sculpt in the big gash also in the side here, but they could have done that. But no, once again, NECA being very original and not just reusing parts, unlike Marvel Legends. So, actually, why am I bringing that guy? Sorry, not that figure. This is the highlight. This is the the main man of today's video, and it's about it. Part 7 Jason Voorhees. Very cool. And something else before I completely go, I'd like to mention. Actually, the hands of both of them. Absolutely crazy. Part 3 Jason's hands, somewhat dirty, but still fairly normal looking. Part 7 Jason, just the complete opposite. You got all the bone exposed in his hands and the long black fingernails as well. Epic, absolutely epic. I could honestly go on about this figure for hours, but it's not worth making a video that long. So yeah, there you go. There is part 7 Jason. that's what he looks like. Oh wait, no, you cannot see that at all. There's what he looks like with the backdrop behind him. And that's about it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.